Hi, Dinobot here. If you're like me and you don't have a local KeyForge scene, you're looking for more ways to play KeyForge online, or if you'd like a quick way to practice decks, the Crucible Online could be your way to play KeyForge. This video will be all about how to set up your account and get started playing on the Crucible Online. So let's get started setting up an account. Once you've signed up and created an account, you should navigate to the top right of the page here to your username and go to the profile page, which is the first option here. So here you'll see ways to change your password and stuff. But what I would do here is recommend scrolling down to the bottom. And then in game settings, I would activate these two settings. One, prompt to order simultaneous abilities, and two, show a prompt when initiating one-click abilities. These settings will give you more control over the game as you play so that you get the most out of your effects. And then once you change those things, click Save at the bottom here. And if you wish, you can change the language with this menu. Now, to get started with your first game, go to the Play option here. And what you'll see at the top is a number of selections. These first three, beginner, casual, and competitive, corresponds to what type of play you're looking for. Play in beginner if you've never played KeyForge before or you've never played on the Crucible Online before and you're getting used to how it works. Play your deck in casual if you're just looking to do whatever, have a good time, and play your deck in competitive if winning is your main priority. These next few options corresponds to game types. Normal is normal Archon, so one player versus another. Sealed is you get to play a random deck in the Crucible Online's collection of decks. Reversal means that your opponent will play the deck that you select and you will play the deck your opponent selects. In adaptive, you bid chains before the game to see who plays which deck and under which number of chains. And Alliance is the new format where you get to build a deck with pods from various Archons. And I would say that when you're starting out, I would stick with normal or sealed and not bother with these other formats for now. On the left here, we have two options. New Game and Quick Join. With Quick Join, it's going to join the first open game in either of the queues that you have selected. With New Game, it'll open up a menu where you can choose options for the game you want to play. For now, you shouldn't need to change any of these settings. But how about let's start with the sealed game because that doesn't require us to have imported any decks to our collection yet. We'll choose Call of the Archons because it's the first set. And we'll choose Beginner. Set a password. And now, as another player, I see the game I just created in the beginner queue here. So I can join it, enter the password, and now we're in the pre-game lobby where we can chat, see who's joined as a spectator, and double check what decks we have selected. But this is sealed, so clicking these buttons does nothing. Start the game by clicking that button. This is the Crucible Online game screen. At the top, we have our opponent. At the bottom is us. The name of the active player is highlighted and has a green arrow next to it. Next to their name, you'll see all the information concerning their deck and play area. The number of keys they have forged, how much amber is in their pool, how many chains they have, how much their keys cost, the houses in their deck, whether the tide is raised for them, the number of cards in their hand, the number of cards in their deck, the cards in their discard, and if they have cards archived or purged, they will also appear here. So to start a game, you'll click Start the Game, the bottom right corner. Both players must do so, and the game will start. Now we've drawn our opening hand, and we can choose whether to keep the hand or mulligan. I'll keep this hand because it has 3 Brobnar cards in it. The opponent has gone first and played a Ritual Balance as their first turn card. And now it's my turn. So to go Brobnar, I'll choose Brobnar in the prompt in the bottom right corner of the screen. In my hand, the cards of the active house will flash. You can play cards by dragging them from your hands to the play area. The play area is highlighted in green, indicating that I will play that card when I drop it. The first creature I played just went down into the play area because I had no other creatures. But now that I have a creature, I can choose which side of that creature I want to play my new creature on. And so I have to choose that side in the prompt in the bottom right corner of the screen. The game is now indicating that Ganger Chieftain has a play effect that needs to be resolved. So I can either click Ganger Chieftain to resolve that ability, or I can click Done, as if to say no for the may here, and thus not resolving the rest of the effect. I'll choose to resolve the rest of the effect to ready and fight with the neighboring creature. Now I can choose which neighboring creature of Ganger Chieftain to ready and fight with. So I'll choose the Troll. Troll, however, had nothing to fight on the opposing side, so it is simply ready, and I can now use it to reap, as the Ganger Chieftain's effect has finished resolving. As is the case with playing a card by dragging it to the play area, I can also discard it by dragging it to the discard pile. But I will play Mugwump on the left. Then I clicked End Turn, and the turn was passed to the opponent. On the right, you can see a printout of how much amber was in each player's pool at the end of the turn. Now it's the start of the opponent's turn, and it tells me that they do not forge a key because they don't have enough amber. We're back, and the opponent has played another turn. This time, they've raised the tide, and this is indicated by the blue and orange coloring in the game area. This turn, I'm going to go Mars, so I'll click Mars in the prompt in the lower right corner. Phosphorus Stars, I don't want to play because it will stun each non-Mars creature, and I have 3 non-Mars creatures to my opponent's 1. But I do want to play these creatures, so I will play them out. If I want to raise the tide, I can do so by clicking the tide card in the right-hand side of the screen. That will give you an option in the prompt to raise the tide. I will not choose to do so, though. I will end the turn. Now that we've done some work with Brobnar, it's time for us to forge our first key. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, we can choose which key we want to forge with our prompt. Let's forge the red key. Let's see once more how we can use each of these creatures. Let's go Brobnar. Mugwump will reap, and Troll will reap. Troll's Reap ability heals Troll 3 damage, and that effect is applied automatically, bringing Troll back to full health. Ganger Chieftain will also reap, as well as Grenade Snib. And now, with Fire Spitter, let's have a bit of fun and fight. Now I get to choose which of my opponent's creatures I want to fight. So, let's fight the Infomorph because Fire Spitter will not survive a fight with the Staunch Knight. Staunch Knight now has taken 1 damage to its armor because of the before fight effect of Fire Spitter that was automatically applied. Now let's reap with Khalifi Dragon. Khalifi Dragon has an ability that says Fight Reap. Gain 1 amber. Deal 5 damage to a creature. Now I am choosing the creature that I want to deal 5 damage to. So let's choose Staunch Knight. Staunch Knight has taken enough damage to go through the armor, and now it has taken damage. I also have a Gauntlet of Command, so let's use this card's action ability. Let's ready and fight with Khalifi Dragon. Oh no, Khalifi Dragon has died! It's in the discard now. Oh well, we have 10 amber. Let's end the turn. It turns out the opponent could not withstand our Brobnar onslaughts, and we've won the game. Send your well wishes to your opponent in the chat. There are 3 options here at the end of the game. Continue playing is often not useful, but it can be used if you have accidentally conceded and wish to continue the game. If you click rematch, you will restart the game with the current decks. And then the third option, rematch swap decks, allows you to play your opponent's deck while your opponent will play your deck. Once you're done with the game, leave by clicking the button at the top of the screen. Now you're on to your next game. If a game is not going your way and you wish to end it early, it is good sportsmanship to click the concede button at the top of the screen before leaving. I hope this video helped you get started playing your first game on the Crucible Online. In the next episode, we'll take a look at importing your decks to your collection so you can get started playing Archon.